Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Sheldon Cooper, and for nearly 2 decades, I've had the privilege of working as an investigative journalist and digital rights advocate. My career has taken me across the world, chasing stories and uncovering hidden truths, and more importantly, fighting for the public's right to think and speak without fear of judgment. Today, I want to shed a light on something vital to our nation's future of free speech and individuality. For Australia's democracy and human connection, freedom of speech must be protected by law, but free from pervasive chill of cancel culture to truly ensure open discussions, a stronger democracy, and a thriving exchange of ideas. This is not about defending hate speech or inciting violence. If you feel that I'm defending hate speech or violence, you are objectively wrong. Australia has robust legal frameworks to ensure that this type of speech doesn't happen. So laws against defamation, incitement, and racial vilification are and must remain firmly in place. That being said, our shared concern should be the lawful expression of opinion, however unpopular or controversial, without fear of social and professional repercussions that cancel culture imposes. Just in case you don't know, cancel culture refers to the form of shaming in which groups or individuals denounce or campaign against a target, often using social media. The very first argument for this is about how healthy a society progresses. Freedom of thought cultivates a marketplace of ideas and our collective pursuit of truth. If we are always thinking the same thing, we will always do the same thing as a society and we won't grow. Change is the catalyst for growth. For centuries, philosophers have understood that truth isn't dictated. It emerges from the robust, often messy competition of ideas. When all opinions and views, even those we think are completely controversial, are allowed to be aired, scrutinized, and debated properly by intellectual humans as ourselves, the best ideas tend to arise out of that mess, and the flawed ones are exposed for their potentially destructive nature. As a journalist, my job has always been to contribute to this marketplace of ideas, to present facts, different perspectives, and assist public understanding. But cancel culture eliminates this essential process. It doesn't engage in interesting ideas, it seeks to silence the speaker. A 2022 survey by the Institute of Public Affairs revealed that a staggering 70% of Australians aged 18 to 24 self censored their political views. This self censoring can potentially hinder future development within our society. When young people, the future architects of the world, are afraid to speak their true feelings, our marketplace becomes inauthentic, and our collective search for truth suffers. To continue, a robust freedom of speech is the most important part in democratic health and government accountability. As our system relies on citizens within communities being able to openly express their opinion, critiquing policies, questioning authority, and advocating for change without fear. My career has been dedicated to holding people with power accountable, shining light on issues that affect everyone daily. This work is simply not possible if people can't share information due to the fear of social repression. When opposing views are silenced, or when individuals are cancelled for challenging the common narrative, it doesn't just hurt the individual, it destroys the democratic process itself. It fosters an unhealthy environment where only acceptable opinions are heard, leading to an enclosed viewpoint rather than genuine public discourse. Australia's commitment to true freedom of speech is reflected from its weighting on the Reporters Without Borders World Press Freedom Index. In 2004, Australia ranked 27th out of 180 countries. This ranking simply shows that there is always room to strengthen the ground for free expression of ideas. Moreover, a 2021 survey by the Museum of Australian Democracy found that 90.7% of Australians rate freedom to speak freely as very important. This further enforces the citizens wanting to strengthen democratic systems and thus showing a deep understanding of the value of freedom of speech. My third point is about the personal aspect of what it means to be a human being, that being individual autonomy and true self-expression. The ability to articulate our thoughts freely and express ourselves through our individual ideas is the fundamental ability that is unique to humans. Cancel culture delivers social and professional condemnation based on swift, often disengaged judgments. The consequences can be devastating, including social ostracization, which can lead to depression, social anxiety, and reputational ruin. These consequences are extremely disproportionate to the perceived offence of an alternate opinion. Now, for all my reasons, I think the cancel culture should absolutely be abolished. When opinions are taken out of context and not given a second thought, people are thrown out by society. But it's not constructive. I believe a proper analysis of someone's claim is crucial in order to properly understand what they mean. Let's look at J.K. Rowling, for instance. She stated, "When you throw open the doors of bathrooms and changing rooms to any man who believes or feels he's a woman, then you open the door to any and all men who wish to come inside." Statements like these, often decontextualized, can be taken as transphobic and often leading to destructive outcomes for the speaker. It's important to note that Rowling denies being transphobic and states that her views are based on the concern for women's rights and safety. If we took what she said as "any man who believes or feels he's a woman" out of context, that could potentially oppress transgender people that haven't transitioned and thus making Rowling to look like a political monster, thereby proving the importance of hearing someone out and not cancelling them with no context or background information. True progress requires cognitive friction, the willingness to be uncomfortable, and the courage to articulate new, maybe imperfect ideas that can be refined and improved. As someone who has dedicated their life to the pursuit of truth, I urge you to consider the dangerous implications cancel culture provides for society. The silencing of new ideas is not always the best idea for our society. For our democracy to thrive, for human connection to deepen, and new ideas to flourish, we must champion a robust freedom of speech in Australia. Thank you for listening.